Hello financial investors and welcome to the channel. Today we're going to be doing our M1 Finance dividend stocks. We're buying today on the 3rd of August 2020. Hopefully I'm the very first one saying happy August. Welcome to the first official trading day here of August. We've already entered the 8th month of 2020. There's so much going on out there, not only in the market, in the economy, but also politically and in the world, with just a few months now till the 2020 election. So it's a humongous year with so much going out there. The illness, the media, it's so much going on. So it's a pretty crazy year. Who knows what could really happen in these upcoming months, but what we are going to be doing today is quickly taking a look at stock futures, which are up on the screen now. The markets overseas are currently open. We have China, Hong Kong, and Germany. All the markets are currently open. It's a little after 1 in the morning here on Monday, so I'm going to go ahead and record this video, upload it, and be heading to bed. But I definitely wanted to get this video out. This is our Monday buys video, going over what stocks we planning to buy today. We will be taking a look at our M1 Finance portfolio, taking a look for the performance for the past week and what stocks paid out dividends. Also, we're going to be reinvesting those dividends along with our deposit that we deposit every Friday. That way it is available for us to invest on Monday. So with that said, if you are brand new to my channel, have not yet subscribed, definitely hit that subscribe button down below. If you do enjoy this video, have any comments or questions, give this video a thumbs up first of all, but then go down below, drop me a comment, say, let me know how you are doing, how has everything been kind of going on in the stock market or in your personal life if you'd like to share. I always look forward to reading and replying to all your comments. And of course, if you have any questions going over the stock market, dividends, anything covered in today's video, definitely let me know down in the comment section. And let's go ahead and get into the video. So right off the bat, stimulus talks, there's a big talk going on for the last several weeks of all this pressure to get that $1,200 check getting resent back out to those who hadn't been getting paid since I believe back in April. It may have been the first stimulus check that was sent out. But I've seen so many channels discussing stimulus topics, not only on a daily basis, but sometimes hour after hour after hour, just multiple stimulus videos. And there's really, it's just regurgitation of just information that's not, it hasn't actually been defined. It's just talk. So there's still talk getting stalled out, and we'll see how this all kind of plays out in the future. Stock futures right now, as far as the S&P 500, it is negative. The Dow Jones is negative. The Nasdaq here is positive, meaning that the FANG stocks are probably going to be hitting pretty hard here on Monday. Apple, Google, Facebook, Amazon, Netflix, all those companies, they reported some amazing earnings this past week, and now I believe that's going to be continuing on with the Nasdaq. But you're going to see the rest of the performance here, the rest of the market take a bit of a slump. And when these companies actually do decide to correct a bit, just because of how much they've pushed to the upside, such as Apple put it on 13% last week alone, we're going to see a pretty good possible correction across the indexes. But we'll have to see. Now dropping down over into the overseas markets, we have, let's go ahead and refresh this in case Japan opened up. Not yet. So Hong Kong is open. They are trailing down slightly lower here. They started little low, but they've been kind of trailing lower. So they are at negative 0.89, followed by England at negative 0.62, and over in Germany, they're actually positive by 0.65%. So kind of interesting there with the overseas markets, a little bit of a mix going on out there. Now jumping over into the M1 Finance portfolio. Now this past week, we really didn't receive a whole lot of dividends. Now I say this looking at the cash balance. I know that on a weekly basis, I deposit $50.23. So we only have that extra $4 and some change that was paid out. And as you saw here, that was paid out by JP Morgan, paying out $4.50. So that was our only dividend payout this past week. But overall, we've had several dividends get paid out here in the month of July. If we just take a screenshot, or just looks like right there. So our first dividend was from Community Trust Bancorp of 30 cents. That was a pretty small position, just I believe it's under 50 bucks. And then we have the rest of the companies here that paid out dividends. I haven't done a monthly recap in a while. If you guys are interested in a monthly recap, let me know down in the comment section below that you'd be interested to see, all the portfolios. I'll go over my Merrill Edge, my own M1 Finance, this M1 Finance account, and I think we have a couple other accounts out there, but we don't really go over our Roth 401ks or our other accounts on Fidelity and stuff like that. So this is the primary one that we kind of discuss here on the channel because it was created on this channel. We started up this portfolio by putting $5,000 into it initially, and then it has been on a week-by-week basis, just added more capital added to it, and over time, we started here with $5,500, and over time, with dividends and the market, and adding new equity into the portfolio, it has just grown steadily over time. Here we had that correction in February going into March, hit a bottom. Actually the bottom was it was in the $14,000. Now our highest is here around a little over $25,000, and now we're kind of setting right here $24,186, but we still have some really good gains there of about $2,300. So we've definitely been kind of moving. 2018, I believe, was a bit of a flat year. 2019, we had some gains. 2020 basically corrected, lost all the gains for 2019. And here we are, slowly making our recovery in the market. So that is the performance of the portfolio overall. Now, looking at the 1 week performance, we actually didn't do too bad. Now, I say that because this portfolio went up by 0.45%. Now, if I compare that to the S&P 500, this went up a massive 1.73%. And our portfolio did not fall in line, but the S&P 500 had a lot of help from the FANG stocks: Facebook, Amazon, Apple, Netflix, Google. Besides Google was actually negative last week, but all of the other positions went up. Apple and Facebook, I believe, both went up double digits. So they really helped push the S&P 500 higher. Whereas the Dow Jones, my portfolio generally sits between both the S&P and the Dow Jones. Sometimes it exceeds them. Sometimes it comes right in the middle, just with that risk. So here, this one had a negative 0.16 performance. So definitely fell right in the middle between the S&P and the Dow Jones, and I'm perfectly happy with that. We can see that we earned some dividends, and some of that was also market gains. Now, our biggest performers last week, here we have Facebook, which did help. Not Facebook, Apple here went up 14.73% last week, making us 151 bucks. This position here only has an actual cost basis of $469, and here it is, worth over $1,177. Now, I kicked before I sold it and bought AbbVie, and I've been trading in and out of AbbVie, but if I had just held on to those shares of Apple, they would be worth quite a bit more, especially here where this portfolio, if we look at the performance of Apple over time, it has put on 173% return during the time frame that I've owned it. And my cost basis on my other shares in the other portfolio would have been right around $164. So it is crazy to see, Apple or just any other of the FANG stocks shouldn't sell. Just buy and hold forever, especially if the company is just continuing to bring in cash and cash and cash. Okay, so taking a look at the other companies here, Apple was our best performer, followed right behind by some real estate investment trusts. We had Digital Realty Trust up 9.22, WP Carey up 7.48, Realty Income up 5%. And then we had some ABM Industries, Pfizer, Kimberly-Clark, so some consumer and healthcare in there, pharmaceutical, another real estate investment trust, another real estate investment trust. So if you guys watched my video on Sunday, going over my weekly recap, I said that the S&P 500, it pretty much got held up by two sectors, or FANG stocks and real estate investment trusts. Those were the really strong areas of the market this past week. That is why the S&P 500 made this return here of 1.73%. This is all Facebook, Apple, what was it? Maybe Amazon, I think, was on there as well. So, and they all pushed this market higher, with Apple then there being up 13%. Plus, real estate investment trusts all bounced back as well, setting the market overall nicely higher. Now, our worst performers this past week, oil and industrials. So, I was talking about industrials with a friend here. 3M. Somebody had purchased it for, I believe it was 155 at the time, or 160. My average share price 177. They bought it at 155. It's now sitting at 150. So I've lost quite a bit, overall. You can see here. Overall, it is down. I don't know if this is correct. Is that correct? It doesn't look correct. Let's go ahead and go back down here to 3M. And overall, there we go. Overall, we've lost $147. We've earned $33.57. So in another couple years, as long as 3M does not cut their dividend, as long as it stays where it's at, semi-stable, we'll make our recovery back with dividends. It'll take some time. We've learned our lesson. I do believe 3M is a great company. They have a lot of products that are really, a lot of them you couldn't really live without, especially now with the mask. There's a lot of knockoff masks now too, but they were a big seller initially during the whole illness. So let's go ahead and take a look down there. Altria, oops, that's not the week. We want the week. Okay, what else was pretty weak? So Chevron, oil, Cisco, Caterpillar, okay, not a whole lot. A couple financials, industrials, oil, but everything else is kind of hit or miss. So that is it for the weekly performance. We've already seen the overall. We've already seen the activity for the week. So let's go ahead and jump into what stocks are we planning to buy this week. Now, we are now in August. It's August 3rd. So if you haven't used Seeking Alpha, would definitely recommend jumping over to Seeking Alpha, create an account for yourself, and then head over into the portfolio tab. So up here at the top, there's a little portfolio. You'll be able to create a portfolio. Here I have Merrill Edge, my M1 Finance Roth IRA, all of my portfolios, or my total portfolio. I guess I have those entered in there, or have started to kind of enter them in there. And then once you've added your positions in here, you'll be able to have access to enter your holdings. So if you want to add in all your cost bases of Apple and what their current return is of them and the value and such, you could definitely add that in there. Or if you just want to use it just for their dividends and earnings tabs, definitely really good as well. So for this example, I use them for the ex-dividend. It's really easy to go in here on one page and say that, okay, Apple has an ex-dividend coming up on the 7th of August. Is it worth buying Apple right now at this market price of $425.04? Then, when my cost basis was $169, maybe not right now. I would really like to see Apple pull back quite a bit, but who knows if it'll happen or not. But I'm not going to be buying any more Apple at this time. Now, another one here, the Southern Company. Southern Company here is I jump into this portfolio. This is my little spreadsheet here that I use, and I can see that Southern Company is up 18.78%. So I'm not going to be buying that one. Walgreens we bought a bit of last week. Main Street Capital 818. Oh, they go ex-dividend on the 18th. Now Main Street Capital is also up here somewhere in this area right there, 20.09. We have Chevron and Consolidated Edison. So Chevron, I know for a fact is negative. It is right there, negative 16.97%. Has about $794 invested in it. And we also have Consolidated Edison right there. It is now negative by 0.01%. So this past week was actually pretty positive for Consolidated Edison overall. So if we go and take a look at just Consolidated Edison, they're 1.75% this past week. So my recent shares that I started purchasing allowed me to average down, and with this week by averaging down into them, it lowered my unit cost, it increased my yield on cost to 3.98 now. It's making me about $6 on average per quarter, or about $24 per year. So it's actually pretty nice. I am actually going to be buying some more of Consolidated Edison, especially with it coming up on ex-dividend here on the 18th. That could be a really good focus of my portfolio. I do also have Chevron here that is down 16.97. It could be a better position to average down on. It is offering a 6.15% starting yield, whereas my yield is 5.10. But I feel that oil, Chevron, Exxon, those are a bit more risky during this time frame versus these monopolized utility companies. So I'm much more comfortable investing in a Consolidated Edison versus a Chevron. Now Johnson & Johnson and Stanley Black & Decker are also going ex-dividend. So let's go take a look at Johnson & Johnson and Stanley Black & Decker. J&J is right here, up 6.51, and Stanley Black & Decker is up 10.77. Next we have Lockheed Martin, Kellogg's, and McDonald's. So Lockheed Martin is, where is Lockheed Martin? LMT, right there, 19.29. I don't think I own McDonald's in this. Oh, I do own it. Interesting. Okay, 10.16%, and Kellogg's was that last one. I didn't even know I owned Kellogg's in here, right there. So I thought I sold out of these quite a while ago. Up 17.94% there on Kellogg. So really the only position that offers value and is not too risky for me at this time frame would be, Walgreens would be another one I could add to, which is also negative, but that one is now sitting at $929.62 of equity. And Walgreens, let's take a look at the performance for this past week. Taking a look here, it is up this past week by 0.59%, so it is showing some upside potential. It's only down a few $100 on it. This could be a good opportunity to buy more, but I have been buying it this past week. I think I'm just going to go ahead and push it all into Consolidated Edison. Let's take a look here. It goes ex-dividend on the 18th. So they both go ex-dividend on the 18th. Maybe this week, Walgreens or Consolidated Edison will give back a little bit in the market, pull back. And maybe I'll have a better opportunity to buy Walgreens or Consolidated Edison. But for now, I'm going to go ahead and just focus on Consolidated Edison in today's video. I think that's a much stronger buy. Let me know down in the comment section below, between Consolidated Edison and Walgreens, which would you have decided to buy and why? And let's go ahead and just put the full amount there, $54.73, all going towards Consolidated Edison. And that is going to be it for our stocks to buy here on the M1 Finance Dividend Stocks portfolio, that I'm buying today here. And that is it. So I think that's good for today's video. If you have any other questions or would like to see more information on these weekly recaps, definitely let me know down in the comment section below. I would like to add a little bit more information on Wednesdays. I think I'm going to be getting a bit more time here in the upcoming weeks and months, getting a little bit more active back on my computer. So if there's anything you guys would like to see more of here on the channel or discussed, more how-tos, definitely let me know down in the comment section. And that is going to be it for today's video. First of all, I want to thank you all for tuning into the channel, watching this video, especially if you made it all the way to the end. Let me know down in the comment section below. You are the MVP. And if you guys did enjoy this video, definitely give this video a thumbs up. Drop me a comment saying hello, how you're doing, how you're feeling about the market, or just yourself, how are you yourself feeling? And that is it. Thank you all for tuning in. I will see you next time. Have a great day. Bye.